Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Cassie. Today we're going to go over games that are coming out in August that I am excited for. There's quite a bit of games coming out this month, so yeah, let's jump into it. I've got my wish list up on Steam and we'll just kind of go down the line of games that are coming out in order. There are a couple that don't have like precise dates or not like officially confirmed, but I have seen some things on them, so they should be out this month, but don't quote me on it. They may or may not be. Things can always change anyway, so I've got a mixture of both indie and AAA, so here goes. The first game is Tiny Bookshop. This is a game where you manage like a little bookshop on wheels, and if you're, my age, you probably remember the bookmobiles that used to drive around kind of like ice cream trucks, and then we'd go on them and buy books like during the summer, and it was always fun. This is kind of like that, just you're managing this bookshop and you're driving around to different towns, and the people will like say what kind of books they're looking for, and then you can, if you have stock of those types of books, then you can give them to them, or I don't know, you like sell them, or it's like a library. I'm not really sure. But I played the demo quite some time ago, and I've been really excited for this ever since. I really like the demo a lot. So this releases on Thursday, so we will see how that is. I like cozy management sim games sometimes, so it really just depends. And this one seems like it will be more my thing. So definitely look out for that for sure. The next one is Mafia: The Old Country. I never really got into the Mafia games because I just didn't play them. I owned a copy on PlayStation 2 and I played like 10 to 15 minutes just to test it out when I had a collection. And I thought, like, this is actually pretty good for what it is, because when I got it for the collection, we were already on PlayStation 4 and stuff. So some games don't age as well, but I thought it was actually pretty good, but I never did get around to going back to it. And when this was announced at the Game Awards, I want to say 2 Game Awards ago, I was like, I think it's time that I actually play through them. So last year, I played through Mafia Definitive Edition, and I really, really enjoyed it a lot. I was kind of blown away by it, honestly. Like, I did not realize that it was that good. And then I played through Mafia 2. I didn't like it as much as the first game, but it also did not get the remake treatment that the first game did. Only had a remaster. So that could have been part of it, but I was also just not as big of a fan of Vito as I was Tommy. But I still really enjoyed the game a lot, and I ended up picking up Mafia 3 pretty much right after I beat Mafia 2, and I don't do that. I don't play games in a series back to back because I'm always afraid of getting burnt out, and that usually happens to me. But I'm probably, I want to say, about 40 hours into Mafia 3. It's a lot longer than I expected it. The first 2 games were like 10 to 12 hours, and that's it. So yeah, this one's a lot more open. There's a lot more things to do. It does have a lot of glitches, so I do understand like why it got some backlash and stuff, but I'm still having a good time with it. And I mean, they're all kind of, 8 out of 10s, which is great. It's not like, I don't think they're like masterpieces or like, anything, but they're really fun, and they have really good stories. And I'm excited for The Old Country. It's a prequel to the first game. And yeah, I think they're supposed to go more linear again. So this is going to be probably like a 10 to 15 hour experience, more than likely, maybe 20. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be really fun, and I can't wait. Hopefully I can finish Mafia 3 this weekend, so I'll be ready for it by the time it releases on Friday. Sword of the Sea is a game by Giant Squid. They worked on Journey, Abzu, I think Flower as well, and then The Pathless. Um, their games are kind of like more like atmospheric adventure games where you're just kind of exploring the world, and the environments are always like really nice and pretty. The visuals are really stunning, and the music is always good. They're usually pretty short experiences, but Sword of the Sea looks like it kind of blends Journey and Abzu together. So you're on this kind of like surfboard and you're surfing through like sand dunes, but I also think it has like underwater parts as well, from what I understand. And I cannot wait for this. Sword of the Sea releases on the 19th, which is a Tuesday. That's weird. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I love Giant Squid's games, and Abzu is one of my favorite games of all time, so can't wait. Story of Seasons, the Grand Bazaar. So Story of Seasons is the team that used to do Harvest Moon when Harvest Moon was good. Uh, it's not the same people anymore. So, but Story of Seasons, they're kind of hit or miss recently. I feel like they're not as good as they used to be. However, I do think that they're still better than the current Harvest Moon games. The Grand Bazaar is a little bit different. You're like setting up these stands in a marketplace and like selling your produce and stuff. I think that's more of the focus of this game, but I haven't seen like enough of it to really know exactly what all it's about. But I do like to try every Story of Seasons game. I like to kind of like dig into those, and I like farming sims, and like Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon 64 is like one of my favorite games of all time. It's I think it's still better than Stardew Valley, and I love Stardew. Don't get me wrong, that's probably like the second best one. But when it comes to like farming sims and stuff, but yeah, I hope this one is good. We'll see how it is, but it releases on the 27th. So and then on the 28th, we've got Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. This is actually the only Metal Gear Solid game that I have played through. We played it in Game Club quite some time ago, and I really enjoyed it. Usually I don't like kind of like jump out of release order, but since it was considered technically a prequel to the first game, I don't know exactly what it is, but I figured it was okay to jump into it, and I really liked the game a lot, and it's actually the only Kojima game that I've played through. I've played bits and pieces of like Death Stranding and whatever, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the remake. I'm a little skeptical on it because I don't know. I don't know. Seems a little weird. Kojima's not involved in everything, so. But I mean, people could probably do okay with it, so we'll see how it is. But yeah, so we'll see. And then Is This Seat Taken? This one does not have an official release date. It just says August 2025. But this is where you arrange all these little characters in like this like seating arrangement, and all the customers or characters have different wants and needs, so you can only like sit them next to like certain things or certain people. So like one will like be like say there's like a movie theater arrangement, seating arrangement, and you have one that wants to sit by somebody who has popcorn so they can steal the popcorn. There'll be people that don't want to sit next to anybody, or they want like two spaces between. So you kind of have to like rearrange everybody to sit like perfectly, and then it moves on. So it's kind of like a logic puzzle kind of thing, but it's pretty cool. I really liked the demo for it, and it's cute. I don't expect it to be very long, but we'll see when the actual release date comes around. There's also Herdling. Herdling doesn't have an official release date on Steam, but I did happen to look at Game Pass yesterday, and it says Herdling is coming to Game Pass. So I clicked on it because it said coming soon. And then inside of Game Pass, it says August 21st. So there's no other places that say that Herdling is coming out in August or has any release date. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But Herdling, I played the demo for this at the last Steam Next Fest in June, and I really liked it a lot. This one's where you're kind of like guiding all these creatures that kind of look like a mixture between a woolly mammoth and a yak. Um, and you're basically you're going around and you're rescuing them, and then you just like you end up with this like big herd, and you're trying to guide them through all these difficult environments. I think there's like some like creatures that will attack them, and I think you're trying to take them to like a safe sacred place. And I really like the vibes of this game, and it controls really well. It's by Okamotive. Okamotive. They worked on Firewatch and something else. I can't remember, but I really loved Firewatch, and this is a completely different game from that. But let me see here. Okay, they also worked on Far, changing tides, or Far Shores, or whatever those games are. I have not played those either, but a lot of people really liked those games. So yeah, definitely looking out for that, and that's kind of exciting. And it's coming to Game Pass day one, it looks like. So yeah, that's it for August as far as I know. There's still like I was looking through my wish list the other day, and there's still over 22 games that don't have a set release date, but they still say 2025. So we'll see. Hopefully those will still make it. If they don't, that's fine too. I don't, take your time. I don't like it when people push their games because that's never a good look. So yeah, just make good games, and don't push your people too hard while doing so. So yeah, that's it for me today, and I will see you guys next time.